been there.
And that was Yellow, the race. We were at that for a very long time.
I
In the early 80s.
Was it?
Oh,
I hadn't heard of those before, Yellow.
yeah.
I think I may have heard. But
It's
it's
definitely catchy.
It is actually, yes. But the rest, no, I don't think I've heard them.
Well,
Anyway,
Well, anyway, you joined in to Terry and Steve in our little radio show.
yes, good afternoon. I hope you had a nice, relaxing morning and not too much pain.
Yeah.
You're comfortable and you're dying to hear what we've got in store for you.
Incidentally, I'm Steve. And then this is Terry.
And I'm Terry. Yeah. You can
You
always
know, have we ever actually introduced ourselves individually
no,
since we started?
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll introduce you. I'd like to meet Stephen Pimlett, our resident DJ. Go on, Steve. Presenter, not DJ. It's a stupid word. That.
No, I'm not a DJ.
No.
Don't call me DJ.
I won't. I've seen your choice of music. No way you're a DJ.
He knows what's coming.
Anyway, my son lives just round the corner from there.
Hey?
My son lives just round the corner from there. We're watching a television game.
Oh, it's in New York.
It's in New York.
Yeah.
Tribeca.
Yes.
Not sure enough. I just thought I'd mention it. You know.
Yes.
Anyway,
Well, it's nice to see that you're so into this.
this program. Yeah.
That you're not really listening to the conversation. You're just like sort of watching the news on telly.
Well, I'm not suggesting you're boring by any means by doing
No.
Anyway, you're listening to Steve Pimlett. He's a
Steve what? Steve what?
Pimlett, isn't it?
Pimlet, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, right. I thought you said something else.
No. Steve's from St Helens, he can't understand English.
It's your accent. It's your accent.
Oh, it's my accent now. Yeah, I've been reading the BBC News for 15 years. No. Anyway, Steve's an extremely nice chap.
Yes.
I'll get the
Until you get to know me.
Until you get to know me, of course. And I'm Terry.
Terry James?
Terry James, yes, Terry James. I'm not such a nice chap. Miserable, grump, I moan a lot. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes.
That's about right.
Yes.
But then,
And a repertoire of terrible jokes.
the worst jokes you'd possibly hear, but they're funny sometimes.
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes I'll give you that.
Stephen's wearing a t-shirt now and he's got on a Union Jack and it's blue. And it reminded me of the man who went in the shop for a flag. And he said, "Do you sell flags?" He said, "Yeah." "Union Jacks?" He said, "Oh, yeah." He said, "What colour are they?" And the man said, "They're red, white and blue." He said, "All right, can I have a blue one?" Steve's wearing one of those now. Oh, I thought that was a funny joke.
You see, there we go. That's what you can expect. That's what you can expect.
That's like the Englishman, Irishman and Scotsman went
Oh,
to
here
the
we go.
bar.
Yeah.
The barman said, "Is this a joke?" Oh, I walked into a bar last night, got a splitting headache. It was an iron bar. Bum bum.
Why we don't?
I've finished now.
You don't.
Go on. Don't think you've got away with it. Well,
You didn't happen to like sort of work for the Christmas crackers jokes, did you? You know the people who write these.
No,
things.
they said I'm not good enough. They said, "No, we want something at least humorous." I said, "Humorous? Isn't that a bone in your arm somewhere?" Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Okay, right. We're going to put some more music on because I can't take any more of this. So anyway, we got a cracking lineup for you today. We've also going to be trying out something we tried last time, which is a little bit of a rant.
Yes, yes.
We tend to we started it a couple of weeks. We since we started doing this together, we've done nothing but rant.
I
But
know
I've
that's
decided to
what
like sort
I'm
of to put it into some kind of organised format for the show.
This will be fun.
So we'll be doing that a little bit later on. Basically, just something about life in general, what
Yeah.
really annoys us. A little bit like the Room 101 type thing.
I'll tell you something else now.
Oh, here we go. We haven't even started.
What is annoying? When you're talking and you're telling somebody something and they just talk like you've not opened your mouth.
Mm.
And you think, am I miming or what? Am I so boring they can't even hear what I'm saying? And the answer usually is yes.
Mm.
So there you go. Listen, if you want us to play any of your favourite music, Ring us.
Where did that come from? What?
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, music. Do you want to do the numbers now?
I'll do
We'll
the
start
numbers,
the numbers now.
Right, and the number to ring is studio here in Wrightington. This applies to you people in Wigan as well. So don't be afraid. We'll play for you as well.
And isn't Lee?
Lee as well, if there's anybody in Lee. Wigan, we cover this hospital, Wrightington. Wigan Hospital, the Royal Albert, Infirmary. What's that? Royal Edward Albert, is it?
Albert Edward Infirmary.
Albert Edward Infirmary.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't say Wigan Hospital. You know.
Wigan Hospital. It's basically Wigan Hospital.
It is anyway, if you're in there.
It's in Wigan.
Yeah, I know it's in Wigan. It's a big place, isn't it?
It's massive.
You can't miss it. They are standing outside having a smoke with them tubes and stuff, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll join them.
Imagine it. Anyway, here's our numbers. It is 01257 256 361, or you can text on 07909 197 345. If that was too fast for you, I shall say it again.
Say it again, Terry.
All right, dear Stephen. 01257 256 361. The text number is 07909 197 345. You know, I think with what you said before, the way
I don't know. You said so
I
much.
know, but the way you said, I thought I said your name wrong.
We've written name wrong, yes.
I think I should talk a bit slower, do you?
Talk a bit slower.
Yeah.
Well, if you talk a bit slower, Terry, we'll never finish the show.
All right, carry on. We're going to play some music for you now.
We're going to play some cracking music. We're going to go back to the 90s, the early 90s. We're going to start off with Catatonia, Mulder and Scully, followed by the fantastic Manic Street Preachers, You Stole the Sun from My Heart. Lenny Kravitz, Are You Going to Go My Way? And then we're going to go to a Kiss with God Gave Rock and Roll to You. And then we're going to come back to us and...
Bore the life out of you again?
Right?
Bore the life out of you?
Okay. So here we go with Catatonia. No, oh, hang on, I missed one out. It's Supergrass, all right.
Supergrass, that's what's coming up next.
That's what's coming up next.
See?
Well, I've been off a few weeks.
Oh.
You were doing this show last week,
I
weren't you?
was, yes, on my own. No problem. No
No.
hate. No interruptions.
Yes, you had fun then. You
I
had
did, I
fun.
enjoyed it.
Okie dokie.
Play the music, Steve.
Right, all right.
There we
Which
go.
is the next song?
Carry on.
Supergrass.
Supergrass.
Honest to God, you can't ask ya.
Shut up.
Right, coming on.
Okay, let's hit the show.
And that was Kiss with God Gave Rock and Roll to You, which was used in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Was it now? I'm so glad I missed that film.
It's actually quite a good film.
Is it?
Oh God, yeah. So anyway, hope you enjoyed those few songs. We had a little bit of an extension on that segment. There was about five songs or so. We tend to have like sort of a routine where we play 3 songs, have like half an hour natter.
We were just moaning about the trolleys in supermarkets.
No, I'll correct you. You were
Well,
you were moaning.
Okay, I was just moaning. 'Cause
I was just
kept moaning.
nodding and agreeing.
I'll tell you what this cheeky thing said to me. We were talking about bad dreams earlier,
Bad dreams, yes.
and I said, I never told him about the dream because he never stopped laughing. I said, when I was a kid, there was no sliced bread. That's as far as I got. He said, you were born before sliced bread. Listening.
Yeah, but it's just like sort of, it's amazing to me because
It's amazing to me realising now I thought I was younger than I am. I thought I was only 35.
well, I went through all my life with sliced bread.
Yeah, well, there you go, see. We're pioneers.
Yes.
There was no sliced bread when I was a kid.
Well,
so
after all that time, you finally figured out how to cut the bread.
yeah, then someone comes with a machine and slices it. Mother's Pride sliced bread. Wow, that was a moment. Oh, look at this. They're all exactly the same because normally some of them are like wedges. Some are thick, some are thin, some are broke in the middle. You know. But when we used to go for a loaf, I used to love biting the corners off. And when I got home, my mum went mad. I said, that's the way it was. Thinking she underneath me. That's what kids are, isn't it? But because the bread was so nice, you know, uncut, yeah, this chunky corners, bite it off. So there's either 2 corners left when I get home, or 3, depending how far the shop was. And every time she said, what happened to this? I said, that's the way it was when I got it. Crap, I wonder why I got battered so much.
I have to say though, it is nice, like homemade bread, the smell of it.
The smell is
When it's
beautiful.
cooking,
Yeah.
or baking, it is really nice.
Well, the thing is, I'm a celiac, so I can't eat
what?
bread. A celiac.
A celiac.
Yeah.
What's that?
The celiac is someone who's allergic to wheat, malt, barley.
All right.
There's wheat, malt, barley, and something else I can't remember. But everything you look at, gluten.
Good.
Everything you look at, you buy a bar of chocolate, some of it has got gluten in it.
Mm.
Everything is amazing. So the substitute, the free from, the gluten free, the bread when you toast it, it doesn't smell like toast.
Mm.
It doesn't taste like toast, and you think, oh, it's not the same. And some of it you couldn't eat without, you know, you can have a sandwich and it sort of sticks in your throat. Like cardboard, some of it. There's one called Genius, and that's a good one.
Yeah.
But still, it's better. And we bought some frozen sort of cobs in the day. And if you put them in the oven and just heat them up, they're beautiful, crispy. But if, like I the other day, cut one straight off, that's it. I thought I was going to die. It's like, I couldn't get rid of it, I couldn't swallow it, horrible. You need to warm them up.
Yeah.
And there's a great disadvantage in this because you look at everything in the shops, and now you go in the supermarket and they've only got a small section. Another supermarket has got a bigger section. Sainsbury's, I've got the Whopper. But when I go to Sweden, in small areas, say like the Finger Post, say Heavens,
Yeah.
little towns like that, you say to the man at the supermarket, selling the free from over there, and he got woods, a big long aisle of it. You think, how good is this? Whereas we don't do that much really.
No.
And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not like you were used to. And a lot of people now think they go on a gluten-free diet for some reason. I don't know what the reasons are. Usually celebrities, you know, they have these crazy diets.
I've had.
Like, you want to get a sliced bread, it's just a piece of bread. But it's difficult because wherever you go, even when you get gravy, if you're in a restaurant, the gravy's normally made with flour, so you can't have it
Yeah.
because you're eating the flour. You can't have a pint because of the barley in the pint. You can't have a lager because that's made the same.
Mm.
God. But I do have whiskey, and I generally drink blended whiskey, not malt. And amazingly, if you eat anything that's not right, fish and chips, there's the thing. Because the batter is made with flour, and they usually fry the fish in the same thing as the same pan as the chips, it's contaminated the oil or the fat, whatever,
Yeah.
and that makes a difference. And I had some chips from somewhere the other week. My stomach was so painful you wouldn't believe it, and that's the effect. It's horrible. There's some areas have a separate fryer for the chips, separate fryer for the fish, perfect. But it's a nightmare. Wherever you go, you've got to look what they have. And the amazing thing is, the most insulting thing is, you go to a restaurant or a cafe and say, have we got anything gluten-free? No, we don't. Funny enough, someone else has asked for that. Well, does that not tell you something that, like, somebody might... I've not my own. There's thousands of people like this.
Yeah.
But they always say the same. Someone else asked that the other day, twice.
Might be an indication and actually like sort of
There's a need for
giving
it.
an option.
Yeah, but then they'll always say, yes, I've got that. Chocolate cake.
Yeah.
It's the sickest thing on the planet. For me, that's the option. So I think, never mind. Let's have a hot chocolate, please. with cream on it. We don't have cream on it. Oh, forget it. I go to a cafe. And I don't get upset. I really get annoyed, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's, if you like Earl Grey tea, they don't have it. You can't enjoy the normal cup of tea because Earl Grey's your preference. And it's like, if they can only give you a chocolate cake or one of them, you know, like made with oats, I don't know what you call them. Something like, I don't know anyway. They all have these same boring, dry stuff. Never mind, there must be another cafe somewhere. I wonder why. Well, I poured your coffee now, I don't want it now. You had it. But I'm a cup of coffee, nothing to eat, but everyone else is eating. We were in Cheltenham. And I'd been to Marks and Spencer's and bought a gluten-free fruitcake. They're beautiful. And I was to meet my wife and family in this restaurant. Real, you know, one of these Michel Blanco, whatever you call them, big name restaurants. And they're all there with the sandwiches, beautifully cut, beautiful table laid out. Said they don't do anything free here. I said, well, I'll have my cake. And my son, then he died of embarrassment. You can't do that. I said, look, if they can't feed me, I'll feed myself. Suppose they tell you not to. I said, we get this lot back, we go somewhere else. He said, you wouldn't. And my daughter said, he would, because he'd been with me before. Anyway, I got this cake out, and the waiter said, excuse me, sir, you all right? I said, no, I'm not all right. You've got nothing that I can eat. This is going to cost me an arm and a leg, and I'm going to sit here watching. I'm going to eat my own cake if you don't object. And he got the manager. She said, I'm so sorry. It really is thoughtless, that. It's something we hadn't thought of till you mentioned it. Give him the cake, and she cut it and sliced it. Presented it to me. Enjoy. I thought, how nice is that? She became aware of a need. Whether they got the menu change, I don't know. Go where they can. But even the restaurants where you would expect them to know about allergies, they don't cater. I suppose it must be the same for diabetics. It was the same for vegetarians some years ago. But now everything's catered for that way. But
I am a diabetic and a vegetarian.
you've got to do one better than everyone else, you know. You can't just be a vegetarian or a diabetic.
I became a vegetarian because I became a diabetic.
Did you?
Yeah, because I had to lose a lot of weight,
Yeah.
and going vegetarian was the best way of doing it.
Does it?
Yes, I had more control over it. But as you can see, I kind of let myself go for the
I was
past year.
trying to be polite there, Steve. I was going to say it didn't work, did it?
Polite. Oh yeah, it never stopped you before.
No, that's true.
No, seriously, the first time we took a very long break
Yeah,
from the old studio.
we did, yeah.
One of the first things that Terry here said to me when we saw each other for the first time in like nearly a year was, "My God, you've got fat, haven't you?"
Subtlety's always been a thing of mine. I'll have to find it one day.
Yeah, yeah.
We were watching Johnny Mathis.
Good luck with finding it.
Yeah, well, we were watching Johnny Mathis, and there were two old ladies in front of us.
Right.
And I said to them, "We've been to the hairdresser today." She said, "No, why?" I said, "I'm going to say, you should have gone when they were open." Cheeky sod.
Oh. But you're that age now, though, aren't you?
I can say what you want.
I can't wait till I get to that age.
When you get to this age, unfortunately, there's a downside. Because I don't look like an old man, it doesn't sort of happen the same as when you're talking to an old person. He says what he wants, and you accept it because they've got the right. But when I say it, and I've stood next to a man 12 months younger than me, he looks 10 years older than me, he gets away with it, and I get abuse. I think, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Got to be grateful, haven't you? Yeah. Anyway, that's enough of me. I'm
Yes.
bored of me now. I suppose you are as well.
Well, I'll tell you this, though, Terry, that if anybody's listening and they're suffering from insomnia.
They'll be sleeping now. Get lost. Play the music, Steve.
Right, okay, we're finally going to get into our next batch. And after we return, we're going to do that little rant, that Room 101 type thing. But I don't know whether we should now, because you've done like 20 odd minutes of material right there.
All right. We'll think of something.
Oh, I'm sure you will. I do not doubt it for a second.
If we think
Oh, hang on. No, I'm going to have to come up with a system, Terry, because we're going to have to time this a lot
Let's have a
better.
red card. No, if you come up with something you think we're moaning too much on, give us a ring.
I don't think they'll be like sort of falling in to tell me. It'll be not just that. I think there'll probably be complaints of people falling in saying, "Oh, that's Stephen. Does he go out a lot? Because we never hear him."
You're lost.
You know, like this. I am supposed to be like sort of a co-presenter. I don't know whether you're aware of the concept of co-presenting, but anyway, we'll come back.
This is what happens when you're working with kids. They tell you off all the time.
Before we go on to the next batch of song, it's been like quite a long time. It's been about 15 minutes now. So do you want to tell the phone numbers?
I don't know. You should. Go on then. Are you ready? I'm going to give you the phone numbers. Give us a ring and tell us we're moaning too much, we're talking too much, or we're talking drivel, which we will be.
Or if you want to request
Or
a
if you
song.
want us to play a song of your choice.
Apparently this is a request show.
It is a request show, and we're here for you to play your request. So here's the number again. It is. Are you ready? Got
Go
your
on.
pen?
I've got my pen and paper.
Okay. 01 257 256361. Say that again. 01 257 256 361. Or you can text if you want to use a text, and the text number is 07 909 197 345. I shall say that again. 07 909 197 345. We hope to hear from you soon. You've heard enough of me.
And you've read that without your glasses. I'm
I know.
impressed, and you didn't make a mistake.
I didn't.
I'm impressed.
That's
You
'cause of my
always
glasses.
make a mistake when you don't have your glasses on.
I was concentrating, Stephen.
I can see it. Okay, so we got a few songs now coming your way. The next one's Queen with One Vision, followed by All Saints, Never Ever, and New Kids on the Block tonight. The only New Kids on the Block song I actually like.
Is it?
I can't stand them otherwise.
Well, we'll see what your taste is like when we hear this masterpiece of New Kids on the Block.
Well, we're starting off with Queen, I should say something.
Yeah, that's not so bad. Go on, carry on.
So here we go with One Vision and Queen.
I'm going to get some brew. Pass your cup. Well, there you go. New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
I would not have known who that was because New Kids on the Block are not my thing.
No, as I said, that was the only one of those I actually liked.
Imagine that if I'm here before Slice Spectre, I'm not going to listen to them, am I?
Yeah. Anyway, we come to that segment of the show where we pick a topic and we pick something that really annoys us, that really grates us. And it's basically Room 101 meets Grumpy Old Men, which is our show right there.
The grumpy old men. Stedford and what's his name? Stegler and
Statford and Waldorf.
Waldorf. Yeah, that's us.
Yeah. Waldorf and Statler.
Waldorf and Statler.
Yes.
Oh, yes, no, Waldorf. Oh, yes. Doesn't sound like that, does it?
No.
I've got a very good impression.
Actually, that's it right there. That's what it sounds like. So anyway, this week's topic is entertainment. Now, Terry, do you want to kick off?
Well, I watched a TV show. Michael McIntyre
Mm-hmm.
is a very good comedian,
Mm-hmm.
but as far as a chat show host, he is non-existent.
Yeah.
And he's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. He won't ask the questions that, sometimes he won't ask him. In many ways, it's like Jonathan Ross.
Oh wow.
I think he just had libs. Because he comes out with something, the guests look at him like, what? Whereas Parky, whether he liked him or not, he researched, he had all his notes, and he asked the relevant questions and brought the answers out. So, Parkinson, as much as it got me to say, was the best we've had. The other best one I really like is Graham Norton.
Yeah.
He says it as it is. It's so funny, nothing serious, great. And it's not really an interview like you would get from the other programmes. So I think people who, like Michael, what's his name?
McIntyre.
He's a comedian. He should stick to doing that. There are lots of talented people out there in show business who will give their eye teeth to have a go at that, and they bypass because they're not a big name.
Yeah.
But surely they must be given a chance, because the same names are coming up all the time. In fact, Bradley Walsh, another comedian, I think he's a very funny man. He was great in Coronation Street, he's great in Law and Order, and he does The Chase. Now he knows his business, he does it right. No problem with that. But when you get the other people, like the McIntyres of this world and the pub landlord, stick to what they know. Because they just can't hack it for me. It's aggravating watching. And sometimes there's a lot of think, why am I wasting my life watching this drivel? So turn it over. That's it.
Bradley Walsh did about a year or two of Wheel of Fortune before it finished.
Did he?
Yes, and he was really good. He was like sort of. I've always liked Wheel of Fortune. It was great,
Yeah.
but the presenters that they had I didn't like.
Yeah.
There was Nicky Campbell to start off with, and then it was John Leslie,
Yeah.
who I didn't really think he was very good. And then Bradley Walsh came in, and it was perfect. And there was one section. There's one thing that I've never forgot, and it was one of the most hilarious things I've ever heard on that. Was one of the guys won, and he had to pick one of 3 prizes, right? In that round. I can't remember what one was, but another one was a weekend to Belgium or something like that.
Yeah.
And the third prize was a wardrobe, and the contestant chose the wardrobe. And Bradley Walsh was really surprised by this. He said he doesn't want to go to Belgium, he wants to go to Narnia.
The thing with Bradley Walsh is because he's had so much time in that business, he's so relaxed and he's able to address people, and he's a people person. So there's no ego in him. You know what I mean?
He's basically learned his craft.
He's learned it. Where these other people, they are projecting them. They look how good I am, and they're not good at all. We all think we're better than we are. If we could see ourselves, like the man said, whoever it was, as others see us, because we think we're devastatingly good looking, hilariously funny, there we go. Yet, if we were that great, what we're doing with our lives, we'd have a different lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I think the Bradley Walsh type of thing, he's done his business, he's done his craft, he's served his time, and he does it right.
Well, funny enough, I was going to wait till after these songs, but I'll tell you what my annoyance with entertainment is. It's similar lines to what you just mentioned then. It's these people who are famous for having no talent whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, for example, people in reality TV.
Yeah.
Or people who I call them the Max Clifford lot.
Yeah.
You know, the ones who like sort of gets in publicity in newspapers and magazines and television programs for doing absolutely nothing. And they may have done like something like they slept with a footballer, or you know, a little bit of reality TV, and then all of a sudden they're all over the place.
And what's her name was that? I want to say Kelly Brook.
Kelly Brook.
Yeah. She's a lovely looking young woman.
Yeah.
She's on one radio, one TV show, and every time I look at a newspaper, she's there. She's like that. She's not done anything really that requires any sort of acting or training. She's just a glamour girl, and a good looking glamour girl, there's no doubt about that, but she's always there, like you say. These
Well, if you watch all these reality programs, I must admit, I do watch a couple. The Big Brother, I'm a Celebrity,
I don't watch Big Brother. I watch I'm a Celebrity.
But like if you watch them, it's the same people.
And then you say, well, who's he? Who's that? Who's that?
Half of them I don't know who they are.
So how can you be a celebrity if you're not known to?
There was one guy. Well, it's like some. There's been quite a few, but there's one guy in particular I remember, and also in the Celebrity Big Brother recently. These people are in a celebrity program, right? And they've only ever been in one thing. You know, like there's some guy. I mean, in the Celebrity Big Brother, I did actually like him. Actually, he was quite. Came across a really nice person. I can't remember his Ollie something or another, but he was in this program called Made in Chelsea or something like that.
Yeah.
And those type of programs, it's taking over television at the moment. They're the ones who are getting these celebrity status, and they've only been in this one thing.
That's like Joey Essex. He was.
Joey, he's thick as anything. I'm
I'm
sorry, but nobody can be that thick. Nobody. I'm sure that's
It must
what's going on.
be. It must be the people of Essex, because
I'm saying nothing to that.
no. But what I mean is, you talk about people in the north, flat caps and meat butties and stuff like that.
That's stereotyping.
Stereotypical. Whereas people from Chelsea, Essex always seem to project that stereotypical. There's a guy on Say It As You See, what's that programme? Catchphrase. And he was tanned, his teeth was blinding you. And the guy said, where are you from? I'm of Essex, can't you tell? Whitened teeth, tan. And you think he looked alright till he said that. And that seems to be the thing with Essex. They've been made famous, so they're playing on it. It's like the Scouts in many ways. I've got nothing at all against the Scouts, honest to God, even though I'm a Manc. But what really annoys me, you got Jimmy Tarbuck, Cilla Black, Paul O'Grady, telling you how wonderful Liverpool is. They live 200 miles away from the bloody place. If it was that great and it's your home city, you'd be proud of it and you'd live there. But they don't. So how good can it be?
Yeah.
It really, really offends me, and I'm not a Scouse, because if I made it big and I moved somewhere down Buckinghamshire or whatever, say, oh yeah, Manchester this and Manchester that, you throw that away when you move. The best man that had it was Ringo Starr. When he came up to Liverpool a couple of years ago, and they said, would you like to move back in Liverpool? He said, no, Liverpool's got nothing for me. And you think, well done you. He got slated for it. And the man's moved on. He's moved on. He doesn't wax lyrical about Liverpool like the other plastic scousers. He says it as it is. Well, when my kids move from Wigan, they're not going to come back to Wigan, are they? Because they've grown out of it. So, great, get on with your life. Make a new life for yourself. And enjoy it. And that seems to be what Ringo Starr has done. I'm not saying he's somebody I like, but you've got to respect the man's attitude. No, I'm away from Liverpool. It doesn't mean anything to me now. I've got no strings. Wonderful. But the other three, every time on television or radio, they tell you about Liverpool and how great it is. Look, if it was that great, I won't move to Merseyside with a postal address in Merseyside.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm stupid. I'm a Manc. So Manchester is my town. So if there's a Manchester postcode or a come under the Manchester metropolitan area, I'm happy. I'm not far from home. You know what I mean? But for me to say, oh, we're going to live down south, and I keep telling the world how wonderful it is in Manchester, like, it's like these foreigners say, it's like the country off. Nobody asks them to come. They can always go home. You know, if you don't like it, you move. But if you love it, why move? There's no reason to move. It's like the advert for Wales. Someone said I'm going away. I said, why? And that was the most telling phrase. Just that one word, why? Because the picture they posted of Wales was beautiful. It's a beautiful country. Scotland is. So why would you need to go anywhere? You've got the sea, the beach, the countryside. Brilliant. So why would you need to go? It's such a beautiful place. Like England is, Scotland is, Ireland is. But your hometown is a place you've got to be proud of. You don't move miles and miles away and then keep telling people out. Who's going to believe you?
I
That's
guarantee,
celebrities for you.
I guarantee you this, that once I move outside St Helens, I will not be telling anybody how great St Helens is.
You won't,
Because
because-
I can't stand the place,
No.
to be honest.
But the thing
But
is,
there are people out there who do actually like where they're from. Like there are people in St Helens who love St Helens. I
Yeah.
don't know why. I don't understand why.
well,
But
maybe they don't know any better. Because if you're not well travelled, you don't know what's outside. But once you find the place outside that you're at one with, then you realise, I thought home was a beautiful town, but it isn't that great.
Mm.
So you change your lifestyle, you change your thoughts, unless of course you see the black Jimmy Tarbuck or Paul O'Grady,
Mm.
and then you tell everybody how wonderful your city is. Well, you wouldn't live in it. Not for £1 million would you live in it. If it was that good, why did they leave?
Mm.
You
Or
know.
close by at least.
Yeah, they could live. There's some beautiful parts of the city of Liverpool.
Yes,
Beautiful.
there do.
They've got more green spaces than any other city in the country.
Oh yeah.
Do you know? Parks, brilliant. Dozens of them.
The Alba Dock's quite nice.
They've got beautiful. Now it really annoys you to think, how beautiful is that town? And you think, pigs. Honestly, they've got it made. And there's nothing wrong with the city. Why would you want to leave a city that's got everything in it you want? I can understand people in show business say, I had to move to London because that's where the work is. I can understand that. You've got
Which
to
is
go where
very-
the work is.
Basically what the Beatles said when they moved down to London.
But it doesn't stop you loving your city. It doesn't stop you coming home to your city. Unless you're Paul Grady, Cilla Black and Jimmy Tarbuck. You don't want to be in that city anymore. Only if your face fits and you've got to have the cameras there. To me that's hypocritical and it's annoying. And it's like these comedians who slag the city off. They keep talking about being a load of thieves and you think, hang on a minute, those days are gone. The city has made its name. It's a lovely city. The people are lovely. You know.
Mm.
So why slag it off? And amazingly, I get more slagged off myself because I'm defending that bloody city.
Mm.
But you can't not defend it. You know what I mean? It speaks for itself. I'd always said Manchester's the greater of the two cities, obviously. And they would say the same about Liverpool. But that's just the way we are, isn't it?
Mm.
But if I became a celebrity, I still want my place in the Manchester area. I wouldn't want to whiz off and reject it.
Oh.
Because it's done a lot, Manchester, for me. It's done a lot for the world. All the inventions are from years ago. We split the atom in Manchester. Although they split the neutron, the same man, in Cambridge 2 years later. That's me for the day. Shut up.
Just giving him the sign to like sort of.
He asked me to talk and said me to shut up. How boring must I be to listen to?
15 minutes later.
Go on. Sure, go on.
No, I haven't got.
But who started it?
Yes.
Well, you asked the question, I've answered it.
Okay.
Granted, it took a long time, but
So basically, the thing that really grates you is people who are from a certain place, who's moved, and they're talking how wonderful their place is.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if that place was so wonderful, why would they move?
Why would they move? Right.
Why would you give your Rolls Royce up and pick a Mini if you love your Rolls Royce so much? It's mental.
Hmm.
That's me. I've had to say. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, you know the numbers. Give us a ring.
Do you want to give the numbers again?
I'll give you the numbers again on spec. 01257 256 361 is the studio number. That again is 01257 256 361. Or you can text on 07909 197 345. There you go. Done and dusted.
Excellent. And without your glasses again?
Without my glasses.
Twice in a row, I'm impressed.
There
I
you
am
go.
really impressed. Anyway, we're going to go on to a few songs now. And we'll be back after these three songs. We're going to have Apache by Shadows. I don't think I've ever played a Shadow song. Ever.
But there you go.
This is the first time. They do quite good as well. And then we're gonna. Okay. And we're gonna follow that with the Buggles.
You know, a lot last Steve, you know, Shadow's quite good, man, careful.
Eh?
You're playing Cliff Richard next at this rate. Real.
I don't mind a bit of Cliff. I don't mind a bit of clip. As long as you're not singing the religious stuff, I really don't mind. Although Mistletoe and Wine was really good. Yeah, but that's a Christmas song though.
It's not a Christmas song, you have to listen to it, do it. Mind you, I don't like Christmas songs, I don't like Christmas.
Oh, I found that out last Christmas. three Christmas songs I was allowed to play, and it's only because Terry was out. So we're going to have the Buggles with Video Killed a Radio Star, which is, and I've said this quite a few times, a bit of trivia.
Yeah.
Video Killed a Radio Star was the very first song that MTV played.
Was it?
When it first came out. And it was a bit of irony, I suppose.
Right. What is MTV?
Well, do you remember the sliced bread? Before we had no slice.
I'm not going to forget this now, am I?
You're not going to let this one down.
That was a revelation, wasn't it?
Yes. I'm glad I never said anything about being born when there was no colour television. Well, you remember when there was no television at all?
Well, no, somebody around the corner had one.
Yes. But didn't you sort of have radio instead of...
We had radio, but we didn't have electric radio.
No, was it wind up?
No, it was an accumulator and a battery.
Accumulator?
Yeah, it's like a square dish, a square glass thing with acid in it, like a battery. You know, your car battery type of thing. And you put the 2 wires on it, and off you go.
Seriously?
And there's valves in the radio.
Is this another one of your
No,
jokes?
that's
So you
true.
set me up.
I bet there are people listening to us now, they will remember those.
Yeah.
Accumulator, they call them. Honestly, I used to have to take it when it run out and get a new one. Well, that's being charged up. Take it onto the radio, turn it on, you're you know, he's trying to get the stations. And they had big valves in them. And the televisions, which they had big valves in as well. You missed a life when I was a kid, I tell you. Outside toilets, squares of new paper. You don't know what you're missing, hey? Or sliced bread.
I have no idea where outdoor toilets came from.
No oranges, those were the days. You could leave your door open.
I do remember outdoor toilets actually, because my auntie and uncle who lived in Blackpool, they had an outdoor toilet, and there were square toilet paper.
See?
Rough as a dog's tongue.
Well, it would be.
That is one advancement actually that I'm really glad of.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper, the improvements in toilet paper. It might explain why there's very few people get rashes now, but...
Probably. Yeah.
And it can't have been hygienic. Can't have been
Well,
hygienic going outdoors.
Years ago, you used to get a newspaper and your hands would be black from the ink.
Yeah, they used to wipe yourself
Your
with the
bum must be
newspaper.
black. Your bum must have been black, really.
Yes.
Not that you would look.
And red all over.
Very reason, Steve.
Well, anyway, as I was saying...
I'm going to tell you something else. We already had sterilised milk.
I've had sterilised
You've
milk.
got red top, blue top, green.
I've had sterilised milk. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
Quite nice. I drink semi-skim now.
Yeah.
For diet reasons, but I do like sterilised. It was quite nice.
No, I never like it. Once the rest come in, sterilised, you're sick of it. Because there are things you take out that as an advantage. They're much better than they were. There are things. There are also things that are not quite as good as...
You know, the thing is though, you said that it was great living back then, and I appreciate that, I understand that, I kind of get that, in the sense that I'm well into computers and computer games, as you know, and I remember when that first started, and it was exciting to see it from the start to where it's led now, so I get that. But to be perfectly honest, there's another flip side to that, when there was hours and maybe days of boredom that crept in without... I didn't know what I would have done.
Without those games?
Yes.
Well,
We got we kind of spoke for choice now. of what we can do to entertain ourselves.
No, we had Snap and Shakes and Ladders when I was a kid. How good is that?
Snap, yeah, I used to play that. And there was like sort of, my grandfather built me this this big massive board with like sort of chalk rugby pitch on it.
Yeah.
And we used to play penny rugby,
Oh, right. I didn't know that.
which whiled away the hours. But in a way, it was like sort of, we used our imagination back then. So it's good for our lot to use our imagination. Whereas television and computers like suck to,
Stifles it.
yeah, it's like sort of suck to all our imagination.
Oh,
There's the
yeah.
kids there who you look at them, they've got no imagination whatsoever.
It's like the reason we say we're happier now, when we were younger, those of my age, is because we didn't know. There was nothing anyway out there.
Mm.
But now, the kids are so aware of a massive electronic equipment. They can't have it, and they're unsettled. We didn't know that, so we've got a gun and a cowboy outfit, happiness. Or a bus conductor's ticket machine for Christmas, happiness.
Mm.
How simple was that? We used to play Cowboys and Indians, because we loved cowboy films then. Easy. No big things, no big iPads. What do you call them? Tablets. The only tablets we actually got off the doctor. You know. but there's none of that, so we didn't know any of that. What we knew, we were happy with. Which is, when you think back, perfection. Where now, there's so much to go for. You're spoiled for choice. You have to be selective in what you want. What would you like for your birthday, or what would you like for Christmas? And there's so much choice. I know, I was telling you before, I never get what I asked for. I want practical, like a couple of dust sheets. What? And you drill.
Mm.
What? And you get stuff. And what's the point of this?
Mm.
However nice it is, I would never refuse it. I'd never be so rude as to say, I don't like that.
I'll tell you what I miss from when I was a kid is, and it's a silly little thing, but it's something that we don't have anymore. And I really do miss it, is when the television shuts down.
That picture on it.
Yeah, it's like every channel, there was only like 3, and then Channel 4 came along. But they used to shut down at like 2 o'clock in the morning, or 1
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning, depends.
Well, before
Oh,
that, Steve.
It was like weekends, it was 2 o'clock. And it was, the voice came on, who like sort of wishes a very good night. You may turn the television off now.
Yeah.
Don't forget to unplug it.
Well, before that,
Before you go to bed.
you used to have.
And basically, it was like sort of telling us it's time to go to bed.
Well, you used to have interludes
Interlude, yeah.
where the television would be on for so many hours during the day and stop. There'd be an interlude for a few hours and then come on later on. Whereas now it's 24 hours, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
24 hours of rubbish.
Mm.
The best thing on it is the news.
I don't watch the news.
That's the most interesting thing on it.
Because throughout the 24 hours, they always keep on playing the same things.
If you're watching a programme like BBC News now, but occasionally when you get a news programme, that's another thing you think, why is that having the news? There's people dying all over the place in wars and things. I'll be talking about some celebrity being arrested.
Going back to what I was saying earlier,
Yeah.
these people who are celebrities,
Exactly.
non-celebrities,
Yeah.
of being famous.
Anyway, let's play some music.
Let's play some music, yes. You know, I had something I was going to say then, but I totally forgot what it was.
You're going to blame me for that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, as I was saying, we are now actually going to be playing the song Patchy by Shadows, followed by The Buggles, Video Killed the Radio Star, and then we're going to have School's Out by Alice Cooper's. But here comes the Shadows to start off with. Hope you enjoy.
Just check the emails. Surprisingly enough, there aren't any there. Right, I'm not talking anymore.
26 minutes. 26 minutes.
I wasn't talking on my own all the time.
26 minutes. And that was Pink Floyd with Wish You Were Here, which is one of my favourite songs by Pink Floyd. And the song before then we had Joe Cocker and You're So Beautiful, which I do like.
I didn't know you cared, Steve.
Yes, well, I show it in other sort of ways by putting on songs like that.
Yeah.
Just for you, Terry. Just for you. No, not really. So, well, we're coming to close to the end of our show. It's 25 past 2 now, and we're leaving a little early today. We'll be going at 2:45.
We are, because things have to be done today, shop-wise, and as I realised about an hour and a half ago, nowhere's open tomorrow. Post
Yeah,
office is.
it's Good Friday.
Good Friday.
Good Friday. And then you've got Bank Holiday Monday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so it's a 4-day weekend.
We've just purchased a caravan. Never in our life have we had it. Because when I was working, I had to work weekends, so there's no point. I got this, and I'm going to use it this weekend. 4 days trot. The weather's going to be good, and we're not going. I'm
Mm.
ready to have. My daughter wants to come to our house at Christmas Sunday for dinner.
Why don't you take her to the caravan?
Well, she's invited her sort of in-laws.
All right.
My son and his daughter, so his granddaughter, son, daughter, her boyfriend. So they've got the 8 of us.
Yeah.
We couldn't cope with the caravan with a tiny little stove. So they could have come next week. So there you go.
I'm not too sure what I'm doing this weekend, actually. Probably more the same as I've been doing.
Well, I think we're preparing the dinner on Friday and Saturday, because they do that with me, don't they?
All right.
If it's a big thing like Christmas Day at least and so on.
Having a nice for dinner.
I don't know what she's cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, a lamb, I think. Yeah.
we just heard on the news
I saw,
that.
she was in the supermarket last week and she saw these 2 legs of lamb.
Yeah.
Dead cheap, so she bought them.
Yes.
We had one last week and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
So we're going to use this in the chicken apparently.
Yeah. Well, we got the news on here, and what's just been on was talking about how lamb may not actually be lamb, but
In those kebab things.
it could be anything. So
Better off not eating them, or even thinking about it if you're going to eat them.
yeah,
Because there's no taste in them, is there? When you think of it. The only taste is all bits and pieces of lettuce and stuff, salad to put in with it. That's what meat substance doesn't taste like. You wouldn't know it was lamb if it was lamb.
well, it's been a very long time since I had lamb. I mean, as I said, I'm a veggie now. I've been a vegetarian for about 4 or 5 years, I think. About 4 years now I've been a veg. But I stopped eating lamb and chicken for about 10 years before then, because I just the reason why I originally stopped eating chicken and lamb was because one Christmas Eve I went downstairs to go to the bathroom, and in the kitchen, laying in a baking tray, was this leg of lamb, and another one there was a chicken, a bit thawing out for the next day. And I just stood there thinking to myself, in a couple of hours ago, that thing was running around, happy as Larry. And I started laughing to myself, and then I got this image in my head of this lovely little lamb springing up and down in the meadows. And then I felt really sad about it. And then the next day, when I was presented on my plate with the lamb and the chicken, I couldn't eat it. And I've never been able to eat it since. I feel so bad about it.
It's funny, well, I've got rabbit once
Rabbit.
and said nothing. And after the event, the kids were there, I said, what do you think of that meat? It was lovely, what was it? He said it was a rabbit. Oh God. Oh God, I thought it was going to kill us. And it's funny how you relate to images, don't you?
Yes.
If you buy a chicken, and if you put your chicken or a turkey in the freezer, how long does it last?
Oh, go on.
Yeah, someone say 3 months, 12 months.
Yeah.
I put mine in last night and it was dead this morning.
Yes.
It doesn't work for everybody, does it? Oh, I'll have to check
I saw
the
that
reports.
coming. I saw that coming. Okay, we're going to play a few more songs and then we're going to come back to us. As Terry was saying during the break, that we might be changing this radio title to title of this radio show to The Grumps.
Yeah, we've nothing but bone, have we? Well,
Some more than others, Terry. So anyway, we're going to start off with Lady Gaga, Born This Way, followed by the fantastic Florence and the Machine, I Love Florence, which Dog Days Are Over. And then we're going to have one of Terry's favourites, which is the station promo of Radio Wrightington. And then we're going to have Buddy Holly with Peggy Sue. And then we're going to come back. We're going to say our goodbyes, which may take a little bit longer than it should. And then we're going to end with one of your favourites, Frank Sinatra, Terry.
Frank Sinatra, about time I thought you'd forgotten about him.
No, I try and end with the Frank Sinatra in honour of you, Terry.
Thank you. You're so thoughtful.
Aren't I though?
You are, you're too thoughtful. Too good for this place.
I'm just too good. I'm just too nice. That's always been my problem,
They
Terry.
don't appreciate you, you know. They don't.
They don't.
No, they don't.
They don't realise. They don't realise how I suffer.
They don't know how well off they are having you here, Stephen. I'm telling you.
Well, they probably will soon to be.
Oh, they will, yeah. If all these people listen to ring us and say, oh, ring this evening and say, Dave, two this afternoon were brilliant, what's the name again? We'd become well known then in our little circle.
We could. Incidentally, it's Stephen Terry.
Yes.
And next week we'll see a message saying, don't ever put them on again.
No, we'll get requests. We won't be present, but we'll ignore them anyway, they're not present.
Yeah.
We'll only listen to the good ones. If there are any good ones, because so far no one's rang us, have they?
No, we do play everything that is requested. I'd like to point that out now, but Terry's only joking. We do actually play everything.
Everything you want us to play, we will play.
We will play. And if there are no songs, we do sort of try and get the next best thing.
We do.
If we haven't got any songs on. Next week, actually, Terry, I've also I've remembered, I think we'll have a couple of segments of classical music.
We'll do that. I played some last week while you were away.
Yes. It was
Lovely. It was a pleasure listening, honestly.
Well, I've got loads of classical tunes at home, but I can never remember what they're called. So I'm going to write them down for next week and see if we've got any. We probably.
I hope you're not here next week, by the way, only because you know there's no place like home, is there?
Yeah.
But if you're here next week, we'll play this classical music for you.
Yes.
And you'll have to listen to it again if you're not, so you're looking that way.
Yes, but we of course hope you get well real soon.
Well,
and
of course, yeah. If you're at home, that's great news for you. If you're still here, sorry, you're stuck with us again.
Yes.
And worse than that, you're stuck with me on Wednesday as well.
2 days a week you
2
get
days
it.
on a trot you get.
2 days.
How bad can life get?
Thankfully, you've only got me once a week.
That's a relief.
Just tell us how you really feel, Terry. So we're going to start off with Lady Gaga. We better get this started now, otherwise we're not going to finish for 1:45.
Oh, yes.
Lady Gaga, I've timed this. See, I've timed this.
Go on then.
Lady Gaga, Born This Way.
Or capital H-I-M.
No, it's really weird listening to these. Listening to us talking.
Oh, it's different, isn't it?
It's just like a almost surreal time.
Because you were born this way, baby.
When we talk, we
See you in a bit.
see you, mate.
And that was Buddy Holly and Peggy Sue.
Peggy Sue got married.
Did she?
Oh, aye.
It's cracking film that. Have you seen the film?
No, I haven't. No, I just
Yeah.
knew the title.
All right.
Didn't see the film.
Kathleen Turner.
What was it about?
Peggy Sue getting married.
Yeah, man, why did I think about that?
No, it's a time travel film.
Well, has it got any relation to the song, or it's just taken the title from the song? Peggy Sue.
I think that a character's name was Peggy Sue, and she goes back. It's like sort of the present day. Well, at the time it was in the mid-80s, and she faints, and then when she wakes up, she finds she's back in the 50s,
Oh, right.
and she's like in her teenage years. So she decides to do things differently.
I get sliced bread loaf.
Like invent slice.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about the law, right? It's taken them that long for somebody to think, hey, you know what would be good? If we slice this bread and then sell it as sliced. It's taken that long for somebody to figure that out.
It's not the thing of that, it's the technology that which is involved.
Knife?
No, not from a knife. You imagine working in a bakery and comes in them breads. You never get it dead straight all the time. That's why they made this slicer thing. Like a plane going through a woodworker's shop. I tell you what must be the most boring job on the planet. Talking about sliced bread.
Yeah.
You know when you get them sweets, the person who wraps them twists it around everyone.
Oh, yes.
Oh, imagine that doing that.
Yeah, but wouldn't you be so tempted to like sort of eat them? Like sort of, that one,
Take one.
take one. That
Wrap
one.
two, take one. Do you ever watch Emmerdale?
No, I don't.
There's a sweet shop in that, a sweet factory. Never see any sweets. Occasionally see someone back, supposed to be packing these sweets.
Hmm.
How many cows and sheep do you see in Emmerdale? Not that many.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a farming community. All we see them sat in a cafe. They sit there for hours without a drink. Potty.
Well, you say, I went to watch Harry Hill's TV Birth,
Yeah.
and he used to go on about this a lot with EastEnders. And there was a woman there who had a nail bar,
Yeah.
right? But there was nobody ever came to her. The place was always empty, and then after a while she was talking about expansion. Oh, there's nobody there. Anyway, that's it. That's your lot.
That's it. We're off now.
We're
Ta-ra.
off. We're off. But we've got one more song left for Frank Sinatra, High Hopes, and then we're gone.
High hopes, you've got high. I bet you thought that was Frank, didn't you? Hey, you got it out there. Anyway, it wasn't.
I seriously doubted anybody who thought that was Frank. They think, my God, what version is this? This must have been recorded when he was ill.
Go on then. I'll see you then. See
You
you
know,
next Wednesday.
sometimes, right, I say some of these things, right, it's a little insulting, I know. But you look at me as though you're going to deck me one.
Not me.
Sometimes you got this glint in your eye. You think, oh my God, I've gone too far.
Sometimes I can't believe you're funny. That must be it. I'll see you next week. Bye bye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
So, ta-ra then.
Take care.
Take
Bye.
care.
I didn't realise that we.
Somebody
Slightly
said that
over.
to me. You look like you're going to hit me then. So
You
don't
do
worry.
though.
I said to this man, don't worry, I've never hit a cripple in my life. I'm sorry about that.
Is this face the
Sex
house?
missing on your face.
Eh?
That miserable grumpy old face, is it? Is that what you said? In your subtle way.
No, it's just that you do something. I don't know whether you actually word this, but you'll probably see it. You do something where you're like, you're talking and you're laughing and joking. And then you pull this, when I was talking to you pull this expression like as though you're going to death me. It's like a kind of a frown. Like,
So we'll have to watch that and then see if I can run my